children. So hope you all are good and safe at home. So today I'm going to tell you a story which is taken from Matthew chapter 14 verses 23 to 34. So today's story is about Jesus walking on the sea. So once Jesus was going through mountains for prayer, and this time he was alone and he didn't accompany any of his disciples, and the disciples was set for a sail. And then they was sailing in the ship, and they reached at the midst of the sea. And at that time it was so horrible storm and wind which is blowing against them, and they all was afraid, and they worked hard so that their ship won't sink. And then after trying and trying, they all was tired and beginning to despair. And then they saw someone who's walking through the sea, and this time they all was terrified of what they saw, and they all thought it was a ghost. And then Jesus came near them and said, "Don't be afraid, I'm Jesus. I'm not a ghost." And then after hearing this and seeing Jesus, all the disciples was rejoicing for that. And then one of the disciples, Peter, has asked Jesus whether he could also walk on the sea, and Jesus asked him to come towards him. And then Peter walked to the sea, and at a time he suddenly afraid of the wind which was blowing against them, and at that span of time he started to sink, and he cried for help. He cried for help to Jesus, and Jesus stretched out his hand and then catched him and said, "Why you were afraid? You have only little faith. Why you doubt?" And then Jesus has then said to the ship, and then the wind blowing was ceased, and then everyone was happy, and this time all the disciples worshipped him and said, "You are the Son of God." So this was a small story about Jesus and his disciples and Jesus walking on the sea. So now we can move on to activity section.